everyone, Riley Got Grails here, and today I'm going to be breaking down my personal favorite investments for this winter season. So I took some notes and I spent some time kind of looking at StockX and other sales platforms to kind of see what shoes are performing and where I think there's potential for investments. And so just to start off, I'm gonna, say it how it's been. The economy isn't doing great still. People aren't spending as much as they used to on these sneakers. And so in my opinion, it's better to focus on the cheaper pairs, which is honestly pretty much every single shoe now. A lot of releases now brick immediately. And I think that's where a lot of the potential comes from, finding these cheap pairs that are under retail that do have a lot of upside potential. And of course, for the winter season, I think a lot of shoes will perform, especially the popular ones. Quick flips are still always going to be great. If you can source pairs, especially right now before the holidays, a lot of pairs are selling for really cheap. Once Black Friday comes around, once Christmas comes around, a lot of shoes will shoot up no matter what. So I really think that in the grand scheme of things, if you stick to the popular pairs that people have always been buying for the past years, you will make money this season. But speaking about investments alone, I have a few investments that I thought I'd show you guys. So starting off with some dunks that I think are really good. There are a lot of basic color blocking dunks. And if you don't know what that means, it's essentially just the panda color blocking. But of course there's, red, green, purple, etc. There's a lot of those that are going for under retail. Now it doesn't mean that they're all great buys, but I do think that if you find pairs like the St. John's dunks, the Gray Fogs, pairs like that have always, resold for a lot more than other dunks, there is a lot of money to be made. So some pairs I have written down are the St. John's, the Polar Blues, the Cacao Wow, the Triple Dunks, the Medium Olives, and the Court Purple. So the Court Purple I'd be very careful about. They're going for under $100. I don't think that they really will shoot up like the rest of them. However, I think the Polar Blues, the Cacao Wows, and the Triple Pinks have a lot of upside potential. The reason why they're low is they're getting restocked a lot. The Triple Pinks, if you look at those, every time they restock, they dip and they shoot up. Those three are probably the best as far as investing in dunks go. Same with the Medium Olives. They're still releasing, you can get them from retail, and they're a really great colorway. The neutral or more muted green looks really, really good, and I don't see why a lot of these dunks won't hit 150. I would say that's a price target. St. John's, I'm trying to buy in at around 110, 120, if not less. Polar Blues, under retail, aim for that. The Cacao Wows, aim for retail or less. Triple Pinks, retail or slightly higher, I would say, because the Triple Pinks are moving all day already at 130, 140 bucks. So if you can get pairs for less than that, you will guarantee make money, especially during the holidays. And then the Medium Olives, of course, like I said, beautiful colorway. And Court Purples, I'd be careful. But I feel like a lot of these, I project them to go back up to 140 or 150, if not higher. They're all great movers. They all have insane sales volume, so there's no reason why they shouldn't go up. Now, moving on to the Jordan 4s, I do think that there are a few colorways that will be great holds, especially for the holiday season. The Red Cements recently came out, and I know a lot of resellers have been eating them up. In my opinion, they're super ugly. I don't really recommend buying them. Maybe they'll go up by $20 or $30. I think they're hideous. Of course, it doesn't really matter what I think. There are a lot of sales and they do move, but they restock a lot too, and I don't really think they're a great shoe that I would put my money in personally. On the contrary, there are the Seafoams. So the Seafoams have been restocking. I've been seeing a lot of restocks recently, especially on foot sites. I would say if you can get those for cheaper, those are a great shoe. You can find pairs for resale around $260 or $270, and you can get some for retail as well. So I think the Seafoams are a great buy. I also think the Frozen Moments will perform. They remind me of the Pure Money 4, and if we see the Pure Money 4, the Purple Metallic, all those are very expensive 4s. They look really great, and I think that they're easily a $300 shoe. Now, in the long run, I'm not too sure. I think it might take longer for them to go higher, but I do think that they're a great buy, and I definitely think they will sell, especially since they are still pretty cheap. I would say great buy, and the price target for that is $300 during the holidays. And then even the Yellow Thunders, I've seen a lot of pairs recently for going for like $260, $270 as well. Yellow Thunders are great. I think that they're an awesome shoe. They're very popular. People want them. I get asked about those a lot. I would say the Yellow Thunder is easily a shoe I would buy. It's easily gonna go up. You can get it for pretty low now, and you will be able to make a margin later on. You should be able to charge a little bit higher than StockX just because it is such a popular shoe, but I think it will be a beautiful mover for the holidays. So that one I would say is more of a short-term hold, but still something I would keep an eye out if you can find pairs for cheap. Now moving on to slides, which is everyone's favorite. There is a lot of great slide colorways that are super cheap. The Bones dipped in price a lot. We have the Slate Grays, the Granite, and the Slate Marines that all came out during the summer. If you guys don't remember, I bought heavy on those. Same with the Onyxes. We saw a lot of movement on the Onyxes. Those blew up in price. And I don't imagine that won't happen to these three pairs as well. They're going for around $90 to $100. Locally, I see people moving them for $120. So with that logic, if you can find pairs for $100 and sell them tomorrow for $120, during the holidays, they're gonna go up. It's guaranteed. So there is money to be made always with slides. Same with foam runners. I don't really buy foam runners, so I'm not too knowledgeable on those, but I would say same thing. I think the carbons are going for pretty low now. People like the foam runners, people like the slides. They're overall a very popular shoe, so I'd buy those as well, especially since they're so cheap. There is a lot of money to be made. Another thing with the slides and the foam runners, with the $100 buy-in, similar to the Dunk, you can buy a lot of quantity. So at this point, I'd say investments are about moving more volume than you are moving for a higher price range. Don't get too greedy, hoping that these pairs will go up a lot. I would say try and move volume. Try and move them get as many pairs as you can and just move them as quickly as you can during these holidays. Is it possible for some of these pairs to, explode in the future? Sure, but no shoe has really been performing that great. There hasn't been any really solid holds in my opinion. Everything is really more or less just a short-term hold, waiting for that $20 to $30 price bump and then sell. So for that reason, I would say volume. And at $100, that is a great price to buy a lot of pairs and get a lot of volume. Now for our final category, I have some miscellaneous holds for you guys. We have the Jordan 1 UNC Grade School. These came out not performing at all. If we look at the men's sizes, you can find them for retail pretty much everywhere. But grade school, if you guys don't already know by now, I love grade school shoes. Grade school shoes always perform no matter what. I'd say that these are a beautiful colorway. You can find them for retail, if not less, and there's no way they don't increase by $30. If you look at the Reimagined 3s, the Yellow Thunder 4s, all these grade school shoes that I was buying at the beginning of the summer, I was telling you guys, buy for retail, buy $10 higher, they all blew up. I moved a lot of those pairs for $180, $200. I see the same thing for the UNCs. I think that the grade school UNCs are great. I feel like they fall in the same category, and we will definitely see an increase in price, especially during the holidays. Now, with that being said about the grade school shoes, I would say a lot of them have dipped actually, and I think that it's a good time to buy in on some of them. I was looking at the Reimagined 3s, and if you can buy them for around $150, they are still a solid shoe. I'd say you could easily sell them for $180 to $200, and same with the Lost and Founds. If you can find those for a really great price, both of them are a great shoe, and they haven't been performing extraordinarily, I'd say, but they do sell. So if you can find them pretty low because they have dipped, I think if you hold them till the holidays, they will go up in price by about $20 or $30 from where you initially bought it. Now, when it comes to choosing these investments, I'd say if I were to give you guys 3 investments right now, it'd be the Triple Pink, the Medium Olive, and Yeezy Slides. So all 3 of those, I would say if you're gonna focus on any of the shoes I spoke about, it should be those 3. Triple Pinks, for obvious reasons, they perform. Medium Olive, they're undervalued and there's a lot of sales volume. And Slides, of course, how often do $90 slides really stay around? Now, as far as all the other pairs I covered goes, I really chose these based on sales volume and price right now. Now, it's not guaranteed that these will go up as much as I predict. However, I do see a lot of value in these. And with that being said, a lot of the new releases, they're crap. We don't see any upside potential in the Royals. We don't see any upside potential in the Satin Breads. They're bricks. They suck. I would say you stick to things that people like. That's why quick flips work so well. If you just stick to things that people like, people will buy them. And during the holidays, that's when a lot more money will be spent on shoes than it is now. No one's really buying too many shoes now, but of course, holidays, people want gifts. And with shoes that are this undervalued, surely by the time the holidays come around, a lot of more people will be buying. And if we hold a lot of these pairs till December, I think it's easy money. Now, of course, that's right around the corner. I think that really, if you haven't yet, I would get to it. It's not at all difficult right now to source these pairs. And I understand, like a lot of other videos that I've seen, people will cover investments and they're giving you price points to buy at, and it's hard to find pairs at those prices. But I'd say all the dunks that I said, if you are, just starting out, you don't have a lot of capital, focus on these dunks. You can find all of them for retail. They go on sale a lot too. You can find discount codes. So just focus on those. They're the easiest to source. But overall, those are probably my favorite investments right now. If you guys have any questions or want me to go in depth more on any of these pairs, or even kind of need help or guidance to where you can find these, just let me know in the comments. Message me on Instagram. It all works. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.